The eagle will fly from belfry to belfry until it reaches the towers of Notre Dame. August 15th, 1769. Napoleon Bonaparte was born in Ajaccio, Corsica, just 3 months after France acquired the island from the Republic of Genoa. At age 9, Napoleon was sent to the French mainland to attend Brienne-le-Château Military Academy. Isolated by his thick Corsican accent and modest background, he often felt like an outsider among his aristocratic classmates. Determined to excel, he immersed himself in mathematics, history, and military theory, spending long hours studying the campaigns of great generals. His exceptional artillery skill, grounded in precise calculation, soon set him apart as one of the most promising young officers of his generation. In 1784, he entered the École Militaire in Paris, graduating at 16. In 1785, he became a second lieutenant of artillery, serving in the La Fère Regiment at Valence and Austerlitz. In 1793, his family was forced into exile in France. That same year, Napoleon took part in the siege of Toulon, a key revolutionary victory against royalists and British forces. His artillery strategy forced the British to evacuate, and at just 24, he was promoted to brigadier general. In 1794, the fall of Robespierre's faction briefly ended Napoleon's career. He was placed under house arrest for his Jacobin ties. Cleared of charges, he returned to duty. Cleared of charges, he was reinstated with full honors and swiftly rejoined his unit, resuming command with renewed determination and restored reputation. In October 1795, Paris was tense and unstable. The revolution had toppled the monarchy, but the Directory now faced a major threat, as about 25,000 royalists marched on the Tuileries. Napoleon, then a little-known brigadier general, took command of Paris's defense. Realizing artillery was key, he positioned grape-shot-loaded cannons along the narrow streets leading to the Tuileries to block the much larger mob. When the royalists advanced, the French gunners unleashed devastating volleys at close range. The grape shot tore through the densely packed ranks, causing chaos, fear, and heavy casualties. The shock of the artillery fire broke the morale of the attackers, and within hours, the uprising collapsed. This swift, ruthless action, later dubbed the whiff of grape shot, saved the Directory and propelled Napoleon to national fame, earning him command of the Army of the Interior and fueling his rapid rise. In March 1796, at 26, Napoleon became commander of the French Army of Italy. Finding it poorly equipped and demoralized, he inspired, reorganized, and led it into the swift campaign that made him a feared European leader.
Victory is within our grasp.
In the 1796 to 1797 Italian campaign, Napoleon's swift, daring victories at Lodi, Arcole, and Rivoli shattered Austrian resistance and secured French dominance in Italy. In October 1797, he crowned these successes by negotiating the Treaty of Campo Formio, ending the war between France and Austria. By his return to Paris, crowds cheered him, and his name became synonymous with victory, marking his rise as a national hero. 1798 to 1799. Egyptian expedition. Napoleon aimed to weaken Britain by seizing Egypt and cutting its trade route to India. Landing at Alexandria, he advanced inland and won the Battle of the Pyramids, where disciplined French infantry squares crushed Mamluk cavalry under the shadow of Giza's monuments. Weeks later, Nelson destroyed the French fleet at the Nile, leaving Napoleon's army stranded. Despite this, the campaign stirred European fascination with Egypt's ancient heritage and enhanced Napoleon's image as a daring, resourceful commander. Discovered the Rosetta Stone during the expedition, sparking European interest in Egyptology. In 1799, Napoleon left Egypt and returned to France, receiving a hero's welcome amid the turmoil. November 9th, 1799.
I am first consul.
Amid political chaos, Napoleon used troops to force the Directory's collapse and formed the three-member consulate, making himself first consul and effectively ruler of France, ending the revolution's republican phase. Negotiated the Concordat of 1801 with the Pope to restore relations between France and the Catholic Church. 1800, Napoleon won the Battle of Marengo in Italy, cementing his power. 1804, at Notre Dame Cathedral, Napoleon crowned himself emperor before Pope Pius VII. On December 2nd, Napoleon defeated Austrian and Russian forces by luring them into a trap, then counterattacking through the center. With 30,000 enemy losses to 9,000 French, it became his greatest victory. Established the Confederation of the Rhine, reorganizing German states under French influence. 1806, defeated Prussia at Jena Auerstedt. 1807, defeated Russia at Friedland, leading to the Treaty of Tilsit.
All cargo must be inspected.
From 1806
no British
to
goods are permitted.
1812,
Understood,
Napoleon enforced the continental system to weaken Britain and ruled an empire spanning most of Europe from Spain to Poland. 1812, invasion of Russia, began with the Grande Armée of over 600,000 men. On September 7, 1812, at Borodino, Napoleon's 130,000 troops clashed with Kutuzov's 120,000 troops in the war's bloodiest day. The French won but failed to destroy the Russians, foreshadowing the retreat from Moscow. In 1812, Napoleon entered Moscow, but fires destroyed most of the city. After entering a burning Moscow, Napoleon retreated. Winter, hunger, disease, and Russian attacks left fewer than 100,000 of 600,000 men alive. In 1813, Napoleon was defeated at Leipzig, a massive clash that sealed the fate of his empire. Paris was captured by the Allies in March 1814. In 1814, Napoleon abdicated and was exiled to Elba, allowed to keep the title of emperor. Napoleon escaped from Elba in February 1815, rallied the French army, and regained power without bloodshed, ruling for 100 days before facing the Allies at the Battle of Waterloo on June 18, 1815. The Battle of Waterloo was Napoleon's final defeat. Wellington's army held firm until Prussian reinforcements arrived, breaking the French lines and ending Napoleon's rule forever. In 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled to St. Helena, living in isolation at Longwood House, writing his memoirs and reflecting on his legacy until his death on May 5, 1821, at age 51, likely from stomach cancer. Napoleon's legacy is that of a military genius who revolutionized warfare with rapid maneuvers, the corps system, and merit-based promotions. His Napoleonic code shaped modern legal systems, while his ambition and conquests left a lasting yet complex mark on history.